Well, it started 25 years ago, but we were thinking about it for a few years before that. Bob Greenberg and I spent a lot of time talking about it, and we were really looking at the fact that there were a lot of organizations in New Mexico doing great work. They were issue-oriented, and a lot of them were service-oriented, and in their work, they did stuff for children and families around the issue, whether it was education, health, child abuse, early childhood education, but no group actually was looking at the policy development of issues that affected kids and families in general. And our intent was to really look at research and analysis and how that would influence policy, so that organizations would have access to that.
There was nobody talking for kids. So there needed to be some group that would address those factors that really matter when it comes to child health. I learned without any ambiguity that socioeconomic and environmental and behavioral issues were actually the most important determinants of child well-being and health. So with the great help of Nordy and Stan and Laura 3, we started the Coalition for Children as an effort to create an advocacy group.
They published several pieces. The first one was about poverty, New Mexico's other bomb, and the second one was First Things First, about early childhood education. There was money for service delivery, but not for advocacy. So that was a hurdle. And raising money, that's how we formed the board. The third person Bob and I went to talk to was Stan Stark, because we knew he knew a little more about funding than we did.
There were a lot of passionate people, a core of passionate people in New Mexico who were interested in children and especially children's health issues and coming at health issues from a variety of directions. There was a group of people coming together from different points of view and feeling that there's needed to be changes in public policy and changes in the law.
Voices fills a vacuum in great measure that is created by the fact that we have a citizen legislature with very limited staffing. Voices provides substantive, evidence-based research to legislators and to the executive branch on matters of public policy that directly affect children and families in this state.
It became the advocacy and became kind of an umbrella, a place where people could go and obtain information and get to the right people, and then became a coagulator, if you will, bringing the right people together to get the job done.
We all know New Mexico and where it ranks, and I think that children are the most vulnerable segment of our society here in New Mexico, and without organizations like Voices for Children, they really don't have a voice when laws are enacted that impact them and their families.
If we're going to influence the decision makers, whether they're at the legislature, whether they're in boardrooms, whether they're at school boards or school principals or school superintendents, all of those people have to be influenced by good information.
We do it through research. We look at the indicators. We do research to look at what are some of the best programs nationally that are making a difference. We do the research on best practices, evidence-based practices to help inform policy decisions.
Voices, I think, has in its research efforts described for the state of New Mexico some of the challenges around providing health care to children in the state, and has also identified health care parameters that hopefully will influence policymakers.
I think Voices has a very global perspective that learning is lifelong. It begins prenatally, and those experiences that young children have, it's so crucial to the later success in school readiness and future life success. Voices helps to advocate for quality early childhood through the legislature, through the media, through getting communities involved and mobilizing communities to ask those really important questions of their legislators, policymakers, key stakeholders.
One of the things Voices does is it works with the media to try to get the attention of the media to these issues, which is essential and vital if you are going to change public policy. They deal with tax policy, public policy measures in general that bear on the welfare of children and families, issues like Medicaid funding, which is exceedingly important.
More and more kids in New Mexico have completed immunizations, and as a result, we've seen decreases in life-threatening diseases like Haemophilus influenza B meningitis. Most of the residents and medical students who train hardly ever see that. They wouldn't even know what that looks like clinically, where when I came in 1980, we saw a huge amount of it. Kids with ear infections have decreased tremendously because of a vaccine that protects them against pneumococcal bacteria. So not having ear infections means less days ill, less sleepless nights for parents, better hearing, better language development. We've seen teen pregnancy rates go down, which is tremendous.
Has it represented the interests of kids effectively? I think so. Has it done a good job in the legislature? I think so. Has it done a good job research in terms of tax-related issues and many others? I think so too. So in many ways, it's been very effective.
The executive directors, the board members, the staff members, the volunteers, all of those individuals helped make it the organization that it is today.
I think that sometimes we give up hope and we think, well, you know, my vote doesn't matter or my voice doesn't matter. But it's really powerful when you get 2 or 3 people together, and we really can make a difference as we look at history and the small group of people that were able to get together and make a difference. It's like our founders. Those folks, having an idea, created this legacy of this organization that has endured for 25 years. And what I want for folks is to partner with us to become members of New Mexico Voices for Children, or just contributing or volunteering, writing an op-ed, going with us to testify, talking to people of influence. All of us can make a difference. Each one of us plays a part, and I think every part is really important. So don't underestimate, what your voice can mean. Collectively, we all have a powerful voice because children don't have a voice, and we have to be there for them and for their families.